Hey everybody, welcome back to Anton Rayne. We got a bunch of news, we got a bunch of reports. I don't know, maybe some of them have to do with the national address that Anton made last time. I don't know if it's already gone out over the TV or not. Beware of new youth! The whole sword post? This should be the old person post. Oh, those new young people! They're not... You know, that's one of the things I love in Back to the Future. Marty's mom is like, we didn't do that stuff when we were that age, and then he goes back and finds out that they did. A new militant organization named the New Youth, it's not like an 80s new wave band, started to emerge in Holstered State University. Wait, are they the ones who did the fire? In the first large-scale incident they were involved in, they were attacked by the standing security forces and even went so far to burn a police car. Are you sure they didn't just win a game? That'd be like, I don't know, winning a championship at MSU, or if anytime Detroit wins something big. As a result of their actions, many students and members of the police forces are now injured. Exercise caution and be on the lookout for potential new youth members. Do your duty and report them to the police. I'm not a narc. You can't make me. The Lockhaven Times, the summer of love and STDs. The summer of love has begun amidst the rising unrest. A large group overtook a small farm near Dyer called Tree Stock Farm. I love Tree Stock. They are from every corner of our society. Students, lawyers, actors. They are generally dressed in floral clothing, and some are even spotted with nothing on them in an attempt at public indecency. Despite the current situation of our country, they are dancing and singing songs. They proclaim that peace is the message, and this summer will be the summer of love. I can hope so. I need all the good news I can get. Whoa, another thing. This happened at the very end of the last episode, but I didn't notice it. We got one personal wealth. We made money again. We've been president for like 3 years and we finally got paid. The radical walk for peace. The people of Lockhaven is known to be proud and just. Who fucking wrote that? They is known? In an action fitting their reputation, a protest group has... I shouldn't say that. I've worked on or made like 2 video games that I'm sure are full of typos and grammar mistakes. How could they make a mistake in their writing? Please don't read mine. Or do it. I've also written like novels and game things and shit. Check out the Menderchuck Chronicles. In an action fitting their reputation, a protest group has started a long walk from Lockhaven to Holsword. Among them are old, young, and even children. The campaign is called Walk for Peace, and it wishes to bring attention to finding a middle ground to solve the increasing tensions. Bravo, Lockhaven! We hope this movement spreads to other cities as well. That's actually hopeful. Because remember, when we took over as president, people were fighting and beating each other in the streets. Like, look at all these peaceful protests. Soccer, ew! Some things just stay bad. We don't want to read about that. Volkslandian ships harassing the entire Markian Sea. So a Volkslandian destroyer has fired after an Ignolian cruiser. Oh, I don't know if Ignolia should have become our ally. I don't want to deal with it. Let's look at the dots. The dots are either going to have really good things or bad things. Family? Okay, so last time, Frank handed off to the military. He joined the military. In order... Wait, there's 2. There's a military situation. Dispute with the interior. Some of the local security forces were under the military. I, maybe stupidly, maybe naively, put them under the Ministry of the Interior. This is creating a dispute between the Ministry of Defense, no, the Ministry of the Interior and the Ministry of the Defense. And what do we got for order? Same thing, dispute with the military. Look at the order, though. There's only 2 bad things now, when there used to be a bunch. And if you look at the economy, well, there's still a fair amount of those. But if you look at law, look, the only really red thing is limited rights. We've done so much to crack down on corruption. What else we got going on? Vesord? Oh, that's the Volksland thing about their navy harassing ships. They're doing it around Helgeport here, because the Ignolians own the island, and these buttheads claim it is theirs too. Violent protest in Holstered State University. We just read about that. 14 have been arrested of the young youth, or new youth, I'm sorry, as well as the ringleader. They've been questioned to find out if they have membership in any terrorist organizations. Presidential salary increased. The Grand National Assembly discussed and passed a new law increasing the yearly salaries of elected officials, including that of the President of Sordland. Okay, maybe that's not going to make me look good with the people. I didn't vote for that, people. I didn't vote for that. I didn't have a chance to veto it. But I'm glad to be able to afford food again. Oh my god, our highway construction project, I think, is done. It took 8 million years. Let's look at these other two reports first, though. Oh, this is about tree stock. 9,000 to 10,000 people went to tree stock. What did they do there? Being our country, they probably read dumbass poems. There's no Hendrix. There's no kick-ass music. It's them singing songs and reading dumb poetry. And Sword? Oh, that's... No, don't look at it. It's the... Wait, what? That's the soccer thing. Large-scale protest during soccer match. There have been 42 injuries. 4 cars have been burned. 89 arrests. I don't want to watch the soccer match, but I'll watch the violence. That sounds interesting. Do we get to have an opening ceremony for the road? Before we go to that, if we look at Avery, right? They have logistical issues there. There's not a good way to get stuff up there. That's why we're building the highway. If we go to economy, for a long time, England was in the red. Right now, you can see England economy stabilizing. I hope that getting this highway going will change England's economy from stabilizing to hopefully growth. Hopefully get them in the green. In fact, we only have one region in the red anymore economically, and that's Bergia, which is a dumpster fire. Oh, the other thing you could see there quickly, we have weak transportation links. That's a negative in our economy. I don't know if this will get rid of it, but that might make it orange. And then hopefully the port would make that green, so we could have strong transportation links for the economic growth of our nation. Okay, we know about this. These are the people doing the peaceful protest, marching from one place to the next. H3 finished highway. See, Taurus, I didn't have to give you more money. You motherfuckers figured it out. And if you'd figured it out on time, you would have got the port contract, too. Instead of, I forget the other company's name, Underhill or whatever. The speed of transportation in the region is expected to be improved substantially. It better be. If we built a highway and it goes as slow as the old dirt roads or whatever, I'm going to be a little unhappy. Even though there have been some issues causing it to be delayed, Taurus Holding has delivered its promise. Woot woot, let's open this shit. The day before the grand opening of the ceremony of the H3 highway, we arrived in Lockhaven to begin preparations. Although the delay had taken its toll on our morale, it was still a proud moment for us all. Lucian and I, together with project leads Simon and Lilius, met to discuss how to proceed. Can I yell at Lilius in hushed tones? You fucked up the gendarme thing! Lucian stood up. First of all, this day may have arrived later than expected, but it doesn't change the fact we are here now. This is a big success. Congratulations, everyone!
To many more projects like this.
Yeah, we got a port project being worked on right now.
Well done! Well done!
Yes, we couldn't have done this without... No, I'm gonna not. Yeah. Fine, we couldn't have done this without our excellent team. Indeed. Let's move on to our plans for the opening tomorrow. Oh, I thought I was already there. We're probably in our meeting in the Maroon Palace or whatever, and I'm there with a giant scissors to cut a tape and wearing my fancy suits and a top hat. Oh, I thought we were doing that today. It's been a long time since the last successful infrastructure project. From a public relations viewpoint, we can certainly capitalize on the occasion. I have a plan for how to do that. I got my giant scissors. You know, I gotta cut the little ribbon, open the highway. Oh, we should get Shriner cars. Little, like, go-kart things. That'd be hilariously cool. The President himself shall make the maiden voyage from Lockhaven to Avery, along with his motorcade, if he agrees, of course. That sounds boring. I'm from the sticks. I gotta go drive through the other sticks? What are your thoughts?
I don't support anything beyond the opening ceremony. The highway speaks for itself.
Image is everything, Simon. I agree this would bolster the President's reputation. Lilius, I want to punch you in your ugly old face, but she might be right. If the working people of the rural communities see the President drive by, they're either going to say, fuck that idiot, Or they're gonna say, hey, I saw the president. And because the highway isn't being used yet, they're probably more likely to say the second. When a highway gets closed down in real life, like in real life when I've been around and the highway's been closed down because the goddamn idiot president has come through town, I'm like, fuck the president. I gotta go somewhere. He can go fuck off. He don't need that many cars in his motorcade. He's a fucking loser anyway. Hopefully we don't hear that as we're driving down the highway, if we drive down the highway. I think so too, Mr. President. I agree. We'll hit the road. Maybe we can get some snacks, you know, get some drinks. I hear Coca-Cola's pretty good. Very well. Sounds good. It would display unity and strength if we were all together in the convoy. Oh no, no! I just wanted to take a road trip with Serge. I would ask Frank, but he's in the military. I didn't want to go with you, numbnuts. Maybe Lucien. Lucien might be fun if he, you know, lets his hair down. But oh no, I don't want you numbnuts all with me. Additionally, a large crowd has been invited to the ceremony and will be watching the opening speech. What about the other speech I just gave? I didn't get any feedback on it. Man, just like the good old campaign days. Things were certainly easier back then.
On another note, it goes without mentioning that this was a team effort. Beginning with the president, who put his trust in me. I want to thank everyone involved in the H3. I'm bitter and I don't want to thank any of them, but you know, I was the one who chose the construction company. So I'm not going to be mad at them. Simon, you deserve, no, thank you for your kind words. It truly means a good deal. We got to take some credit for ourselves. We're running for re-election, I think. The people have been waiting for this for a long time. We need to show our best face tomorrow. I'll make sure that our focus on improving business and logistics is relayed by whatever means necessary. Alright then, we have a lot of work to do. See you in the morning.
Yes, once again everyone, good work. Well done, well done, well done. We disperse to begin our individual preparations for the big day. I think we should get some snacks, maybe some Funyuns, maybe some Milk Duds, get some Coke. The next morning, a stage had been erected, next to the entrance of the highway in downtown Lockhaven. Let's hope we don't get booed. The weather was warm and unusually calm for the windy port city. Spirits were high. Despite Lockhaven's strong Pifja presence, a huge crowd of supporters had turned out. Lucien must have brought in some ringers. We took our places on stage. Signal for Lucien to begin the ceremony. I gave Lucien the green light, and the opening address began. Brothers and sisters of Sordland, I welcome you Lockhaveners today as a proud servant of this country. Lucien's voice echoed in the square next to the highway. Hundreds of Sordland and USP flags began to wave as the cheers intensified. Without further ado, I invite the President of Sordland to the stage. I walked up to the podium. I strutted my stuff. Cameras flashed all around me. I'm gonna follow his lead. Lockhaveners, welcome to the opening ceremony of the H3 highway. Aren't you excited about a road? They must not have TV out here or anything. The chanting from the crowd intensified. Some were yelling the motto of Lockhaven, liberty until eternity. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Tell that to the assembly. Oh, man, I could say we kept our promise. No. The economy... Look, the economy is growing, but we still have a jobs problem in this country. It is important to be in touch with the people, not just be like, give me credit for what I did and vote for me. Fuck that shit. Trust me, our work is far from over. This project is only the beginning. We're already working on another one in the port, and we overpaid for that. Man, do I say it's to give... I can say our intention is to give them a better commute from Lockhaven to Avery. Or I could say economic growth. It's economic growth. The aim of the H3 was to create economic growth in East Nagas and England. This highway has brought and will continue to bring thousands of new jobs. So I can thank Lilius here. I could say it was all me. Or I could give Simon some credit. I don't know, man. Simon's original idea was to do an infrastructure project. I think he wanted the railroad. I think this was his idea, but then Lilius, I think, wanted the highway I don't remember that part, so I guess Lilius is getting shortchanged. I must thank the brilliant mind behind the highway project, the esteemed Minister of Economy and Tax, Simon Hall. Please come over here. Simon walked up to me.
Thanks, Mr. President. Our aim with this project was obvious, to improve the speed and efficiency of transportation. After we cut that ribbon and you drive on that highway, you can judge our success for yourself.
Simon continued to speak about how this project was a stepping stone towards a Sordish economic recovery. After he was done with his speech, Lucian took Simon's place on the stage to close the ceremony. Citizens of Lockhaven, there you have it! A road! The road you've been looking at! It's right there! Road! As promised, Anton Rayne, the 4th President of Sordland, has delivered! We walked towards the entrance of the highway next to the stage. Man, Lucian is a good hype man. He is a very good hype man. The 40-meter long red ribbon stretched across. I can finally use my giant scissors! Simon handed me my pair of giant oversized scissors. What I like to think is Anton didn't get it from somewhere. He bought one. He has one that he just always wants to use. I'm gonna cut that ribbon. I cut the ribbon, triggering cheers from the crowd. Woot woot! Woot woot!
Congratulations to all. Hopefully this is one of many successes to come.
It's a good moment indeed. It gives us pride as a nation. One big step forward. Your car is ready. The drive to Arvery should take about 4 hours. We'll be right behind you in the motorcade. This is gonna be boring. Let's hope we don't get blown up by terrorists. Not that I'm worried about dying. I just don't want to have to wait for tourist holding company to repair the road if it gets damaged. It could be another 3 years. I entered the car and sat in the driver's seat. The crowd was trying to catch a glimpse of me through the window. Let's see if these bastards can do 90. Who do you want to travel with, Mr. President? Lucian, come ride with me. We're friends. Let's enjoy this moment. I do not want Lilius here. I don't really care about Simon, but I don't want Lilius here. Sorry, Simon, I thanked you in the speech. Now you have to deal with Lilius. Lucian, come on in. Thank you, Mr. President. It would be a good opportunity to talk about the election campaign preparations. Yeah, we're gonna have 4 hours on the fucking road. I revved the engine. Lucian waved at the press photographers as I drove us onto the new highway. Can I peel out? Can I leave like a trail of rubber? That would be badass. The new highway was in pristine condition. The ride to Arvery was the most smoothest ride I had ever had. After an uneventful 4 hours, we were welcomed by a throng of Arvery citizens and Mayor Eric Neal. As soon as we'd left, the highway opened to the public and thousands began using it. You know what we should have done? This would have been totally irresponsible. What we should have done is said, look, nobody's on the road yet. Let's start the road and christen it with a cannonball run. That would have been so cool. It was a great victory for my administration. And if you didn't know Will Wright, who made like this, was it The Sims or whatever? He was like in... I don't remember if he was in Cannonball Run or the race that came after it. Like, literally. Not the movies, but the actual race. There's, like, video online of him with his car where he's got, like, his, like, science stuff in it. Like his radar detector and whatnot so they could go fast. That was pretty cool. So our highway system is working. Let's look at the news and then hope that this dot on the overview is that we have gotten rid of weak transportation links and hopefully made them at least mediocre. News, news, news! From the Whole Sword Post, President Rayne opens long-awaited H3 highway. With a grand ceremony, President Rayne has declared the H3 highway open with his aides by his side and executives from Taurus Holding. After the ribbon cutting, he has delivered a heartfelt speech and brought attention to the capabilities of the administration. Finally, some good press. Following the opening speech, President Rayne has driven his car on the new highway for the first time. Even though the H3 highway is overdue. I like to imagine our car is a piece of shit. Because we didn't get that car from Karanti. If we had, would we have driven that car? The sports car? So we're driving like our little shitty jalopy, but we still gotta do it. What is it? The fact is that the highway is expected to boost the output of Angland region and cannot be denied. Thus, it will be happily welcomed by the citizens. The economists are like, Taurus holding finally finishes the H3 highway. So they wonder why we didn't pick underhaul construction. Whatever, it worked and we paid less money. So let's roll on up here. That red truck is gone. There is now increased business and trade up here in the city of Arvery in the Angland region. It would have been nice if it had happened earlier. Maybe I should have gone with underhaul. You know, hindsight's 2020. Either way, the highway project's a success. Let's look at the economy. We can see the highway thing. We already know that. And yes, we have gone from weak transportation links to average ones. We've gotten rid of most of the reds in the economy. We've got to get rid of this unemployment crisis. I don't know if there's any saving Bergia. That is really good. Hell yeah. Woot woot. Now we just got to get the port done. Things are getting better. The economy continues to grow. Hopefully our popularity will increase. I don't know. It was a good episode. Not every episode has good news.